Yes, people. Welcome back to another stream, and it's a sad one, man. It's a sad one. Y'all gonna see us crying in this stream. Hugh looks like he's gonna cry. Geordie Poddies, that's a sad laugh. You know what I mean? That's a very sad laugh. Yeah. And someone said put the sad music on, but I can't remember which one it was. It might be. Is it?
Oh yeah, this is pretty sad. Oh my god, yeah.
Yo, Mahrez.
Oh fuck.
Yo, Riyad, man. Why you had to leave like this? You had so much more to offer, man.
I've got nothing left.
So many more goals. So many more assists. So many moments.
He could have won so much more.
He could have won the UEFA Super Cup with us. The Club World Cup.
Oh
No.
I miss him so much.
We're still so young.
Why you have to do this? Oh, unbelievable scenes. Riyad Mahrez, why?
Why you done this?
I can't believe it, Bray. Oh no. Right, now we'll actually start the show. By the way, people in the chat like, why are you mocking him? What the fuck?
You talking about?
You obviously don't watch this channel a lot if you think that was a joke. If you think we were trying to mock Mahrez, by the way. Yeah, Riyad Mahrez, it is now official. He has now joined Ahli. And yeah, his time at Manchester City, boys, is over.
It's over. That's it. Yeah, gone, isn't it? Which is official. We kind of known that it's been happening for a while, isn't it? Like, so we kind of expected it, but now it's all official and confirmed. It kind of leaves me with a little bit of a worry, innit? Because I'm like, now we're a winger down who contributes so much to this team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're losing. Like, it is sad, man. It is sad. I know we joked about it, but the reason we can kind of joke about it a bit is because this has been coming for the best part of 3-4 weeks. Like, it's not a shock to the system that Riyad Mahrez has gone. We expected it, but it is sad, man. He was class. 5 years, underrated, probably underappreciated, and now we're about to miss out, or we're losing a lot of goals. He's over the course of those 5 years, he's easily one of the most prolific wingers in world football. So how do the club fill that void, the missing goals? And that's the question mark. Listen, big up Riyad Mahrez, man. Honestly, we need to take a moment and appreciate Riyad Mahrez because he was unbelievable. When it mattered most, Riyad would step up.
You know what? Well, we'll come on to the sort of goals and assists. I'm just going to get all these goals up and give you the stats. But you know how I've been a bit like on the other side of everyone else has been saying it's a sick fee, right? And I've been like, nah, I don't think it is a sick fee. And then people have been like, nah, it is a good fee. It's like the second highest fee for a player over 30 behind like Ronaldo, I think, and so, maybe Lewandowski. I can't remember who else it was. Actually, bro, it was Nat who sort of who just commented on a post then, who sort of worded it better. £30 million for Riyad Mahrez when he's 32, 33 is a good fee. But you're not going to replace Riyad Mahrez. You're not going to replace his goals. You're not going to replace his assists with anything near 30 million. You're probably not going to replace it for anything near 60, 70. Like, I don't think people truly understand, honestly, genuinely, just how good a player this guy is, just how reliable he is, just how consistent he is with his goals and assist output. Like, do you remember last year, bro, when people was getting on his back early in the season? And I was like, relax. At some point, he will come good and he will get the goals and the assists. And he did. He ended up playing really well. I think he's massively underrated by football fans. And I've got to say, I think some of our own fan base, I genuinely believe that some of our own fan base underrate just how good he is. He's had some massive moments at this club.
Yeah, he's been insane. He's obviously, I think a lot of people can remember loads of his moments, and a lot of people share their moments as some of their favourites, like over the past few years. Like you say there, that is actually a really good way of putting it. Is the fact that, yes, £30 million, you look at it and go, yeah, decent, but you're not going to be able to replace that goal return and an assist return for £30 million in this market. So we are kind of left a little bit shit because that 30 million really doesn't do much for us. So it's not like we can take that £30 million and just go buy a replacement for Riyad Mahrez. That's not the situation that we find ourselves in. So it's going to be interesting to see where City move with it. And if we even do get a new winger to replace him, or we just full send, maybe keep hold of Bernardo Silva and block that move completely and keep him as a right winger or something. It's going to be interesting to see the way that City move. Obviously, we have had rumours about us going in for someone else if Riyad was to leave. So now that he's left, you'd imagine it'd all step up, especially with given how close we are to the start of the season now.
I don't think the club will look at it as, will we use that 30 million that we got for Riyad Mahrez to go and get a replacement? Because we know that the club have money to spend. We have money to spend. We have done for a couple of years now, and we haven't spent what we've expected. But the way they'll probably look at it is, and I assume is right, is that we paid 60 for him. We just sold him for 30. Did we get 30 million pounds worth of value in the 5 years we had Riyad Mahrez? Absolutely. Absolutely. We got 30 million pounds worth of value from Riyad Mahrez. So in terms of the purchase of Riyad Mahrez, did it work out as a success? Absolutely no doubt. Absolutely no doubt. So the fact that you're losing 30 million on someone you paid 60 million for, and you got everything you did out of him, I'm not too worried.
No. So what you're talking there, though, bro, you're talking about the sort of like the business side of it and the value. Yeah. And I 100% agree with you. I couldn't agree more. I think what you just said is absolute spot on, I think. And this is why probably fees are just going up, because what's happening now is people are paying the money and going, okay, it looks big. But then when you look back at it 6 or 7 years later, is there a good chance that you'll look back on that fee and go, actually, that was a steal? Yeah. And just like you said, we paid 60 million for him or whatever. Getting 30 for him now, you know what I mean? That's how long has he been in? Like 5, 6 years?
5 years, yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, just over 5 million a year, whatever. Of course, I mean, the value that we've got out of this guy is absolutely phenomenal. My point is not about the business side. My point is more about the replacement. And I just don't know who you're going to get in that's going to give you the goal output. And let me just quickly go through these super chats. And then I've got Riyad Mahrez's stats, which are just phenomenal. And it just sort of highlights what I'm saying. Big up Anthony said, why can't we do a swap deal for Aymeric Laporte for Gvardiol? It will be a good deal for players. RB, get a good centre back. You know what's funny, Anthony? We actually discussed this on a stream recently about why is Laporte not been linked with Leipzig? Why have Leipzig not inquired? The only outcome that you can probably come to, bro, is that either Leipzig don't want him, he doesn't want to go there, or City are not going to set him, not going to sell him. They're the only three outcomes, but completely agree.
I agree.
Big up Mahale says, long time knows Briz. Hope you good time for Borges. Yeah, I seen that.
I think he means long time no see, but he's not put a space.
Yeah, bro. I told these people know, man. Grammar is key, man. Grammar is key.
Long time knows.
Long time knows. But yeah, I've seen that Borges is gone with a £40 million buyback as well. And big up Oliver as well said, will Pep put Bernardo on the right wing permanently now then? Possibly, bro. Obviously, it looks like Phil Foden's going to be playing in the midfield. Phil Foden's been speaking in an interview as well, saying he wants to play in midfield. So it seems that possibly is the key, but are we going to keep hold of him? Yeah, it's a big question mark. But let me give you these stats, because these stats are just absolutely phenomenal. Riyad Mahrez, here we go. Is it this one here? Is it that one? I think it's this one. Yeah, it's it. Right, so let me zoom in so you guys can see it. Right, so this is just Premier League, right? Because I don't want to look at it like a Carabao and FA Cup shit. This is where it matters, right? Premier League. So this is his first season, 18-19, 7 goals, 4 assists, a goal or an assist every 128 minutes, which for a winger is simply stunning. In 19-20, 11 goals, 12 assists. That's a goal or an assist every 93 minutes. Unbelievable. The season after, 9-6. That's a goal or an assist every 130 minutes. Unbelievable again. 19-20, goal or an assist every 84 minutes. And final season, a goal or an assist every 121 minutes. So even last season, when people didn't even think he played that well, he still got a goal or an assist in the Premier League every 121 minutes, which is just absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. If you have a look at his Champions League numbers, just as good. Look at this. First season, a goal and 4 assists in 6 matches. Season after, 4 assists, a goal in 7. 4 goals, 2 assists. So starting to increase his goal output. in 12, 7-2 in 2021, 2022.
That's mega that.
Exactly. And then last year he got 5 in 9. And then obviously look at the minutes he played. Fantastic numbers, absolutely incredible numbers. And this is what I'm saying. Is whoever, we know that City are in the market now for a winger, don't we, lads? Because obviously Sam Lee come out and said City are looking to get a replacement. But whoever we get is probably not going to get those numbers. And are we even looking for a player that does get those numbers? This is the big question, Matt.
It's a weird one with the replacement. I don't really see where we're going. Obviously, we know that we've been linked with Elise. Not sure how much he'll cost. But then I don't even know if that's like a firm like interest in it. It's a weird one. I'd hope City will move fast now on this and try and like it'll ramp up a bit. We'll get some news on it, but I don't really know where we're sat with this. Obviously, the dream was to get Sane. We all spoke about this and all wanted Sane, but that kind of died a long time ago now. And like you say, you're just not gonna be able to replace Riyad Mahrez's numbers, unfortunately. It just can't, innit? It's just, especially because I don't see us going out there and signing a player like for big Donny cash. And nowadays, players who put up numbers like that go for big Donny cash.
Yeah, I think you're going to really struggle to replace his goals for sure. I mean, with Olise, I like Olise. I do like him, but his stats are pretty poor. You think they would improve slightly if he comes to City, or at least
his assists are all right though, bro. He got 11 assists.
Yeah.
Well, that's my next point. My next point is like I think he has 4 goals in 2 seasons, Olise. So in terms of goal output, he's not one of the big hitters. But if City feel they can't replace Mahrez's goals out and out, they may look to find a player who can facilitate others, who can bring more goals out of the likes of Haaland, more goals out of the likes of Foden, and a creative spark. You don't always have, when you lose a player of a certain quality or who has a certain attribute, you don't always have to go out and be like, right, we need to do a like for like replacement. And you just need to look for a player who can improve or at least sustain the quality of the team. So if they feel Olise is someone who maybe he won't hit the numbers that Riyad Mahrez did goals wise, will he bring more goals for Haaland, or will he contribute more goals for the other clinical players? So these are the things that they'll weigh up. I think we've all come to the conclusion that there's very few wingers in world football. I mean, you can reel off 2 or 3 maybe who are certainly going to hit the numbers of Riyad Mahrez, and you're going to pay a big dollar for them. So that's the situation you're kind of left in. So you go for a goal scorer or facilitator.
Yeah, another thing that I'd add on that, bro, is like we're probably, if we keep hold of Bernardo, which at this moment in time looks possible, given the fact there's only a month left of the window and there's still no interest. Of course, if PSG sell Mbappe, then that could all change, and I think there's a chance that they will definitely bid for him. Whether he wants to go there or not, that's a different story. But if Bernardo stays, someone in the chat a minute ago with a member chat, who was it? Who said with the member chat? Oliver said Bernardo. He's not going to drop Bernardo. Bernardo's going to play, and clearly Phil Foden is looking at playing in the midfield this year, and Phil Foden needs to play more minutes this year. So is Bernardo going to play on the wing and Foden in the middle? Is it going to be Foden and De Bruyne? Like, we don't really know what's going to happen at this moment in time. But the winger that you're probably going to buy is probably going to be a backup winger if Bernardo stays. Because I think Bernardo is going to play. I think Bernardo's going to play right wing this year.
Yeah, I agree.
So you're going to have to,
especially after his Champions League performances, it makes sense for him to start playing right wing again because he played really well there.
So I think Bernardo's going to be on the right wing.
Foden and Bernardo rotate that right wing role, because I think it was clear that when Foden played right wing, particularly in the first half of last season, he was prolific. Yeah, I think he got 11 goals in total last season. The majority of them were off the right wing. He absolutely cooked there. So I think you'll see them rotate. I don't think you'll see Pep just throw Foden straight into the deep end and say, right, you're a midfielder now. Like, you'll want Bernardo's experience in there at times as well. So I think they'll rotate.
So do we just not sign a winger then? Well, I mean, like, if Bernardo's staying and he just becomes a right winger, then
this is why it's very difficult, isn't it? Because like you say, if the problem is like you got to make a decision on Phil Foden. Like, what's his position now? Is it going to be a right winger or is it going to be a midfielder? If is it right winger this year, then I'm kind of chill with it. But you've got to kind of decide it, because if you say like, oh yeah, Bernardo and Foden are our wingers, okay, then you need another midfielder, right? But then Phil Foden and Bernardo rotating, like, are they going to get enough game time? Also, like, I'm not being funny, but if you're that desperate to keep Bernardo, then you kind of have to play Bernardo in most of the games, which means Foden's probably not going to get that much game time because Bernardo will play. Because you can't be like, oh, Bernardo, we're not letting you go. This is the fee, blah, 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 blah. And then just be like, sods, bro.
Never play him.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So, But then you need a midfielder. But then Sam Lee's come out. I'm pretty sure it was Sam Lee who said City are looking for a winger to replace him. So I don't know. I would kind of take from that, and all the indication we're getting from the Foden thing, that Foden is now going to be a midfielder. Now you are right. He might play right wing now and again, maybe injuries or whatever. But it seems to me that the process of playing Phil Foden in the middle has now begun. Which case you do need a winger, and that winger would have to be a backup because it's going to be our backup to Bernardo Silva. So again, then what do I always say about buying players? I always say buying a replacement, buying a backup player is always harder than buying a number one because they're not going to be playing every week. You need them to be happy to be on the bench. You need them happy to be missing big games, but you also need them to be good enough to come in maybe 4 weeks in the cold and go, boom, we need you to perform. So I always say it. I think it's a harder player to buy because you've got to look more in depth at who they're buying and the character. Do you know what I mean? Rafinha's not going to come in and just sit on the bench.
No.
Would Elise come in and rotate? Possibly.
I think Elise would have a bit more. He's only 21, isn't he? So I think he'd have a bit more leeway with the rotation. Would you two be happy with Elise if we sign him? I think I'm kind of like on board with it.
I would be happy with him. Yeah, as a sort, like I say, as a rotational player. But does that kill Cole Palmer? Is that him done then? Because then he's basically.
Isn't the rumors that City looking to loan him out anyway, Cole Palmer? So
no, I'm sorry. I meant his long-term future.
Oh, long-term future.
If you're buying Elise,
if
you're buying Elise, it's sort of like, right, we're going to put our time and effort in to grow you as a player. Then what happens with Cole Palmer? You know what I mean? You're putting all that time and effort to grow Elise, because your long-term future then would be Elise when Bernardo goes. Like, is that it for Palmer? And if it is done, then it's done. Like Pep wants to decide that's the case, but is that the case? Like what's going on there?
They also said that Oscar Bob's not for sale. They obviously want to keep Oscar Bob, so they have a plan for Oscar Bob. We saw him play right wing the last 2 games, and he looked pretty comfortable. He looked pretty natural. So is there a plan for him? Are we going to let the backup winger, or the rotational winger, who is going to say, as you said, come in maybe after 4 or 5 games a bit cold and expected to do a decent job? Is that going to be one of the young lads? Is it an Oscar Bob? Is it a McAtee? Is it a Cole Palmer? I don't know.
No, exactly. Let's go through some of these super chats that have come in. Big up Millsy, by the way. Has just joined the Xtra Club again. Big up for the support. Link is in the description, guys, and the pinned comment. Massively help support the channel. So if you've not already done so, please become a YouTube channel member and help support the channel grow. Big up Mahale says, sorry, I am pissed. It's all right, bro. No worries, isn't it? OG Goat says, this one hurt, not going to lie. Prince Mahrez is forever. Yeah, it's hurt, bro. 100%. You're not alone there. Big up to Mohammed says, City board moving like United this window. Sort of like, it's a bit reactionary, isn't it? You know what I mean? Big up Anthony says, time now we spend over £300 million. Don't think that's going to happen, bro. I think that.
I don't. I think as much as we all know you love a transfer window, Anthony, mate, but I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately.
That ain't happening. John says, gonna miss him so much. What a Premier League legend he is. Absolutely, 100%. Is it 5 Premier Leagues or 6 Premier Leagues he's got?
5.
5.
One with extra forward City.
Crazy. And Doper again said, what happened to the Neymar to City rumours? Yeah, well, I think they
died a long time ago as well. It's fair that they're not going to lose Mbappe and Neymar in one window, I don't think.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I guess, obviously, very sad to see Riyad Mahrez go. Let me get some of these details and some of the sort of final sort of stats on this. So he's was at City for 5 years. He won 11 trophies and scored 78 goals. Signed for 60 million in 2018. He scored 15 goals and made a total of 47 appearances across all competitions during the 2022-2023 season, and scored a hat-trick against Sheffield United in the FA Cup semi-final at Wembley. Here's some deals. So the deal is 30 million quid. He'll join Saudi Pro League side Ahli. He's going to sign a 3-year contract with the option of a 4th season. And this is his official statement, which I can probably bring on screen, actually. Let me bring this up. Riyad Mahrez has given an official statement on this deal. Where is it? Is it that? Yeah. Why has it done that? There we go. Okay, so official statement from Riyad Mahrez. Dear citizens, today marks the end of an unforgettable chapter in my life, a 5-year journey filled with countless memories. Before leaving, I wanted to thank the board, the manager, and the staff for giving me the chance to prove myself at the highest level. To my teammates, both past and present, Sharing the pitch and the dressing room with you has been a pleasure. Together, we've broken countless records, achieved what seemed impossible, and never stopped believing in ourselves during the challenging times we faced. Our last season will forever be remembered in our club and beyond, and I'm proud to have been a part of it. Finally, I wanted to thank you, the citizens. Thank you for making me feel like a part of your family from day one and giving me the confidence every time I stepped onto the pitch wearing this shirt. I'll be forever grateful for your support and your love. Today I leave, but I will never forget any of you. I wish the very best for the club in the future. Until we meet again, thank you for everything, Riyad. That's pretty mad, actually, because you know it says there, thank you until we meet again. That song that I put on before at the start is called We'll Meet Again.
Is actually?
Yeah, it's actually called We'll Meet Again. So, yeah, Riyad Mahrez, what a legend. Gone. Very sad.
Goners.
Very sad.
Raphael says, thank you, ChatGPT, for this message. That's funny, that. Yeah. I always hate when they use citizens in it. Like, every time they use that, it always makes me feel like someone else wrote it. Like, no one says it in it. But
it's a sad time, man.
End of the day, man, it's is what it is. I can understand why he's got off. I can get it. I mean, he's just been part of the most successful City side that have had treble winners. Yeah. I can understand now is a good time for him to leave and go get that cash.
It's 29 million pound a year, I think he's getting.
Can't knock that.
Cash money.
It's understandable.
Tax-free, baby. Tax-free.
I seen his City did a tweet with his everything he's won, his honours. I got it here. He's won 1 Champions League, 4 Premier Leagues, 2 FA Cups, 3 League Cups, 1 Community Shield, 236 appearances, 78 goals, and 59 assists. That's sick.
Yeah, he's absolutely slammed it. You know what I mean? And I go back to what I said. I think he's underrated, bro. I genuinely think he's underrated at it.
Remember, but I swear every season we had to like stick up for this guy during the season.
Yeah, we did, man.
Every single year he gets slated all the time.
Because he starts slow, man. He usually starts slow, which is why, and you have to bear that in mind. It's when it gets to the business end of the season, he usually clicks into gear, which is why he was so important.
It's mad actually, because I feel sorry for the guy at times, because how many times have we seen him score like 2 goals or a hat trick or something like that and get dropped the next game because of the rotation and pep roulette, man? Like, it's crazy to think that the numbers that he probably could have done had he been consistently in the side.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
he probably, you know what I mean. We probably never really got the best version of Mahrez, but we did get obviously a very good Mahrez.
Well, it's like I said before when I went through them goals, like goals every minute or whatever, goals and assists per minute. And like, I tend to say, that like for a winger, if you get a goal or an assist every 2 games, like that's pretty decent stats, right? Even like 2.5 games, that's kind of where you want to be at. Like the good wingers, the better wingers, get a goal or an assist every 2 to 3 games. Bro, he's getting them like every game and a half. He's getting a goal or an assist. Like that is unreal.
It is mad. It is mad to think that like, pretty much none of every game he's making like an impact. It is crazy to think.
Yeah, and go back to your point. If he actually played like the minutes that sort of like a Rodri did or a Diaz did or Edison, you know what I mean? Like playing every single game, pretty much every single minute and wasn't rotated, then it would be, I mean, I think he'd be hitting 20-20. I think he'd be getting 20 goals, 20 assists. Genuinely do.
Yeah, I reckon he'd have gone a lot further, man, in his numbers.
He would have been a salary, in my opinion.
It's kind of what you sign up for, though, when you join City as an attacker. You kind of understand that. Pep roulette is a big deal at our club.
But it's about the collective goal rather than the individual
team goal, and it not individual accolades. But like you say that, but Jack Grealish has pretty much been a mainstay this season. I think I'm pretty sure he got a lot more minutes than what Mahrez did.
I'd say the only difference is with that is there's no one really competing.
Yeah, we don't have a left winger. Yeah, that's the only thing with Mahrez. And then at one point we were saying that Mahrez ended up being 3rd choice. We were saying that Foden and Bernardo, because of his Champions League performances, did end up in front of him. So
yeah, well, exactly. There's 3 people fighting over there, and on the left, I think even Foden just became a little bit like, I think Pep was like, Foden ain't a left winger, man. You know what I mean?
he didn't vibe with it anymore, did he? So it just became Jack Grealish is our left winger, and the rest of you can fight out for that right hand spot.
Which actually does raise a good point of like, when we sign this winger, should we sign a winger that can play both left wing, right wing? Leroy Sané, for example.
Well, apparently that's what we are looking at. I'm sure it was. I'm sure Sam Lee said it. That it looking for a versatile winger who can play both sides.
Look at Leroy Sané's last 3 tweets as well.
I know his last 3 tweets are all about City.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Guy wants him, man. Guy wants to come home.
Yeah, it's mad. But yeah, we probably should look at a winger that can play both sides. Big up to City for Life, man. Coming a YouTube member, buzzing. We've had two new members today. Link is in the description. Yes. Join City for Life and the rest of the guys. Help support this channel. Massively appreciate you guys. Big up to Mohammed as well. Who says Mahrez a bigger legend than Sterling. I mean, I guess they'd probably get a lot of people who would agree with that, Mohammed, to be honest with you.
Yeah, there will be a lot of people who agree with that.
But, you know, I think Sterling obviously had that one season where he was just fucking unbelievable and he was up there with like Messi numbers.
I think Mahrez just was consistently at a level
I agree.
throughout his career, whereas Sterling hit the heights and then kind of just like nosedived.
No, I agree with that. I agree.
To be fair, I do partially blame Pep for that nosedive as well, playing him as a striker, and putting him in weird ass positions.
That's fair, 100% fair. But yeah, guys, sad times, isn't it? Sad times. Riyad Mahrez has joined Ahli, and who are we going to sign, man?
How many signings have we made? One sign in this window.
Kovacic.
Remember when the season finished, right? All of us are sat here going, "This could be the biggest summer that we've ever had. Like the rebuild is fully on." And we've signed one player. It's like it's so weird, man. You just don't know what City are gonna do.
It is difficult to predict what this club is going to do at times. But listen, at the end of the day, we're still looking at Guardiola. We have to sign a winger. We have to sign a winger. You can't just have fucking Bernardo and Grealish. And like that's not. We play 60 games a year. We have to sign a winger. Borges is gone. Mabude's gone. So there ain't no chance of.
Yeah. So everyone crying about Mabude and Borges to be like stepped into the first team. Now there's no chance because they're goners.
Which, by the way, I did predict a long time ago.
Bro, you said this at 2 months into the season.
Yeah, I said it straight away. So there's no one really in the academy there who's... I know Indala's great, but he's still 16. So there's no one really in the academy that's going to be pushing to get in, other than maybe your Oscar Bob, for example. But we're going to have to have a winger, man. And there isn't really no concrete sort of links at this moment in time.
Yeah, it's... I don't know if worrying is the right word. I don't think worrying is the word that I'd use. I don't feel worried about it. It's just more of probably just a concern, really. I just look at it and go, "What are we doing?" Like, I'd just love to be in Seeker's head for a minute just to see what he's thinking about this right wing spot.
Yeah, we're not in a panic situation because we're not buying a number one winger. We're buying a backup.
Yeah,
I fucking love Leroy Sané, man.
I just get Sané as well, man. Well, did you see told me about this apparent relationships building with buying kind of thing, and they're talking about more than just Kyle Walker?
Yeah,
maybe Sané. Well, just swap deal for Sané, innit? We'll give you cash and Walker, and you give us Sané, innit? Don't be sending Pavard over. You know what's going to happen? Sergio Gomez is going to be our winger.
Yeah. You got Gomez. Yeah, LB, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, buzzing, mate.
LB's invested funks in Gomez.
Yeah. Sané makes sense, man. Play both sides. He will bring goals. He'll bring in assists. He's not too expensive. Pull the trigger, man.
I don't get is what people go. People are like, "Oh yeah, but Leroy Sané wouldn't fit our system now." What you want about? Yeah, he would, mate. You know what I mean? If he's playing on the right hand side, he holds the width, he gets the ball, he holds it, takes it forward, passes it back. You tell me he can't do what Foden does there, or Mahrez does there, or Bernardo. Of course he can do that. And then on the left-hand side, he can play there. He's done it before. I feel like some people think that when Sané gets the ball, he just gets his head up and starts sprinting. It's like, oh, I'm going to sprint at the defender. It's like, what?
Yeah, head down, sprint forward.
No, he could definitely do it. And if we do need a winger that can play left and right, which in an ideal world you kind of want, because again, if Foden is playing in the middle, then you only have Bernardo right wing, you only have Grealish left wing. So then you'd have to sign two. You get one that can play both, then that's great. And of course, it means that you've only technically got 3 wingers plus Oscar Bob, which means them 3 players, them 3 senior players are going to be comfortable because they'll all be getting a lot of minutes because you've not got a 4th player there. And I think it's a great option. But I think it's an option.
I just don't. It just seems to be not happening, doesn't it?
Well, you say it's not happening, but
we don't know what's happening,
links,
do we?
There's not really links to like anyone like this Elise deal. Like, if City are getting Elise, why have we not heard more news about it? You know what I mean?
The Elise thing is just as many links as Danny Olmo.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah.
So that's where you see we're literally with nowhere, but not a stage with any player at this moment in time. But when you do say about like obviously playing both sides, Sergio Gomez can actually play both sides. Bro, I swear this club is looking at that as an option, you know.
Maybe
genuinely. What about Cancelo, man? Is there a Cancelo on the wing option?
Not for me.
Yeah, not for
You're
me.
taking away those defensive issues.
The thing is, I don't have Cancelo. For me, I don't have Cancelo in the squad at all. I think his time is just up.
Yeah. No,
difficult to get rid of Cancelo, though. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's not a big queue for him.
No, you'll be able to loan him out somewhere. Someone will
sure you can loan him. Yeah, you'd be able to loan him out somewhere.
But yeah, I mean, Sergio Gomez is obviously a potential, as you say, because he slammed it for Spain. I think he played on the right-hand side then as well.
Yeah, he did.
And obviously he's played left wing a couple of times in pre-season for us and, you know, just kind of does what he needs to do. Like, I don't think when he's played left wing in the pre-season, I've looked at him and gone, oh, it's been ass. Like, he's just done what he's needed to do, so...
Yeah, we've known he's good going forward. It's just always been his defensive side, which was like, hence why he couldn't be a fullback, but...
The question mark is should a club like City, having just won the treble, having £700 million in revenue and losing Riyad Mahrez, be replacing our winger with Sergio Gomez? Like, that's the question. Now, some people will look at it and go, well, he's done well in Euros. He's had a couple of games there in pre-season, looks okay. Who cares about the fee? The fee doesn't matter. I know he did a little bit shit sometimes defensively at left back last year, but run him there, try him out. You know what I mean? He's our player. Let's give him a go. You know what I mean? Before you go spend a big cash. Other people will be like ruthless, going, no, he's not good enough. Go spend the money and get a player in who can replace him. Both opinions are valid. Both opinions are right. Just depends which one City go for, you know?
Yeah, which side they sit on it. I've just seen Darren as well. Casbia, Darren 161 Darren in the chat there. Oh, he's actually just super chatted as well with a 5 saying, I'm absolutely devastated. Yeah, I've not seen him in the streams for ages. I just seen him there and I was about to just say, I know that he'll be absolutely gutted.
Yeah, we all are, bro. We all are.
Yeah, we all are gutted, man. It's just weird to think that where do we go in it? But where does City move? Move?
I would, at this moment in time, We've only been linked with Danny Olmo, which I think is not happening. Elise. We had like a bit of a link to that Barcola guy. And then we've been linked with a couple left-footed attacking midfielders, which I don't think we're going to do that. So
Rafinha,
but that came out and that was deaded straight away. So
didn't he come out as well, Rafinha, and say something about staying? I'm sure he said something about he was happy there to stay. Yeah, but Barca, yeah.
So you know. The question is are we still going to... Now it's official, are we going to start getting more links again? Because remember when it was like, basically, it's here we go, but it wasn't official like a couple of weeks ago. That's basically when we started getting the links to Olmo, Rafinha. Like, it was literally every day we was getting a new link, and then it dried up a little bit. And now he's gone officially. Will we start getting like a re-up of links? You know, maybe we will. Or maybe it is Elise, maybe it is Olmo. Who knows? Dodgy Currency funny says thoughts on Brennan Johnson. You know what, mate? A lot of people in this chat say City should look at
Brennan. Loads of people say about Brennan Johnson.
Yeah, a lot of people like him. He's very young. How old is he? 22 years old. I don't know. What do you think, boys? Would you go for him? He's got a transfer market value of 38 million euros. He's got a contract until 2026. Unsure of any sort of release clause.
Brentford are currently trying to buy him. They rejected a £35 million bid.
35 million.
I don't think he's ready to step up to City just yet.
Even in like a backup, you don't think he's quite...
I don't think a player like him should be doing a backup either. I think he should either stay where he is or go to Brentford and be the main man there in their front three.
That's fair. I like him, but
I do like him.
The problem is the reason I'm going to be like I don't know is I'm probably going to say I don't know about every player that we're linked with because I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
Because none of the names that are going to get thrown at us are going to hit the way Riyad Mahrez did.
Correct.
You mean?
Correct.
None of them are going to hit.
The only name that you can safely say that you do know would be Leroy Sané. Over anyone else is going to be a situation where you can look at it and go, oh, I don't really know.
And even with the Leroy Sané thing, a lot of it is like bring him home type.
A lot of it is vibes.
Like he's a good player, and I do want. I'd bring him in, but like I'd say to be honest, 60% of me saying bring Leroy back is probably just like bring Leroy home vibes. It's he's a good player. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I do want him in, but like the reason I'm like Leroy Sané, is because it's like
it is pure vibes, isn't it? It's just pure bring him home, isn't it? Like, that's what it is.
Big up to Deadeye, who has rejoined the Xtra Club. Thank you very much, bro, for all the support. And big up to everyone that's rejoined today, man. 3 new members in today's stream, absolute legends. And Harry Haywood, with the 6 months, says, would love Pep to try and mould Alvarez into a David Villa type player who can play out wide and central when needed. You know what? That's actually not a bad comparison, David Villa to Alvarez. My personal opinion is I want him to be a striker and that striker. I don't want him to be playing on the wing. But look, if he can get Alvarez, the only thing is with Alvarez is I don't feel like his touch is quite good enough. Like you look at David Villa, his touch was sick.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Alvarez's touch is ass, far from it. I'm just saying like it's not quite as good as David is.
Thing is with Alvarez, he does have a bit of a heavy touch. You see it when he plays for us now. It's something that he definitely needs to work on.
I think if you were to mold him into that David Villa type role that you're on about, it would take quite a bit of molding. I think he's so used to being a talisman at number 9 that's the way his brain is at. Like when we saw him play that number 10 kind of role this season, I thought he looked a bit like a lost dog. I think his brain is just tuned to goal, 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 and that's his strength. That's his attribute. So I want to see him either as a number 9 beside Haaland or else on his own. I think that's his best place.
The thing is as well, if City did believe that Alvarez could play wing, then we wouldn't be looking at replacing Riyad Mahrez, surely.
Very true.
Surely we'd just be thinking, well, we've got him here, so we'll push him out onto the wing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, completely agree with that. Completely agree. But yeah, there we go. I think we'll wrap it up. Riyad Mahrez has joined Ahli. What a shame, boys. What a shame. What's your favourite goal, boys? Riyad Mahrez goal.
PSG. He gave City Extra its biggest moment ever. Yeah. He sent me and LB into the stratosphere in Algeria. We was on the news in Algeria.
Yeah, we was in the news, man.
We went viral for that PSG goal. That PSG goal, man, was my favourite moment. And it's one of my favourite moments of City Extra as well.
I can't believe it was on the news in Algeria.
Bro, it was on the news in Algeria, man.
That is crazy, to be fair. Hugh, what was your favourite?
PSG, obviously. The PSG one's obviously the best, but a personal one, because I was there and the vibes were just unreal, was remember we beat United 4-1 and De Bruyne put a corner over and
the corner,
the edge of the box. That was like the Eddie.
We always try that.
Yeah, the Eddie had was just popping that night. The away fans were leaving early. We were singing all the songs. Like it was that was pure vibes.
That goal though was like good and bad at the same time, because as soon as it went in, we just did it every single game.
Yeah, we try it all the time.
It's like it worked once.
That's the one. But that's the one. That's why I love it.
Yeah,
it's the one that worked.
But the Gundogan one against United, that was similar, wasn't it? The one where he hit it with his left foot. Was that a corner? That in the FA Cup?
No, was it a free kick? No,
was it a free kick? Yeah, that he because that was the same sort of thing. It come across him, didn't it? And he sort of volleyed it. Unless I'm completely making that up, but yeah, man, some incredible moments, guys, from Riyad Mahrez. Unbelievable scenes. He's joined Ahli, 30 million quid, which I guess is a good fee. We'll just have to take that and now look at reinvesting. And now the question mark goes: who is Manchester City's replacement going to be? We'll have to wait and see. Big up to everyone in the stream today. Make sure you drop a like on it. Subscribe to the channel as well if you're new. Get your comments in down below if you're watching this back on replay. And people, we will see you in the next one. See you later.